What's up, friends? Right now I am at the boat launch and there's a beach right over there for Snail Lake, and that's because today's video is a virtual tour of Shoreview, Minnesota, one of the most desirable places in all of the Twin Cities. I'm excited to get into it. How's it going, y'all? My name is Jesse Lynch. I run the hardest working real estate team anywhere in the game. We're called To the Twin Cities. Check out our website, tothetwincities.com. This YouTube channel is all about helping you find a place to call home here in the Twin Cities, whether you're moving here from out of the state, out of the country, just across town, or just buying a house here for the first time. First-time home buyers and relocations, that's what we do. So we do better than anybody else. So if either of those two things appeal to you, do us both a favor, subscribe to this channel, click the little bell to get notified, give the video a thumbs up, and say what's up in the comments. I'd appreciate it very much. And if you're thinking about moving here to the beautiful Twin Cities of Minnesota, do whatever you can to get a hold of us. Go to our website, tothetwincities.com. Email us at info@tothetwincities.com or call or text the number on the screen. They all lead to me, they all lead to us, and we will take the absolute best care of you. Right now I'm walking around Island Lake County Park. Super nice park, a little bit sleepy right now, but it is also 5:30 on a Monday. Not much going on. Great bike paths, this really great sort of covered picnic area, volleyball net, baseball field, lake. What's not to like? This place is awesome. Shoreview is awesome. Very excited to show you around. This is special request. Literally got an email about it. So here you go, my friend. Hope you enjoy Shoreview, Minnesota.
What's up, guys? We are at the Rice Creek Regional Park / trail. There's a lot of great biking and hiking trails around here. It's one of the better known outdoor spaces in Shoreview. And in the winter, they have a cross-country ski trail that goes along the side of the creek that I think is over there.
It's just a nice, like, beautiful natural space. It's got this nice paved trail right here. It's got just natural lands. It has wetlands over that way, and just a really beautiful spot. Jinx. But yeah, nice open space, but then there's also some kind of wooded areas as well. Really great spot to just come check out. We're gonna dig into this a little bit deeper, but Shoreview is a banger, a certified banger. Voted #1 best place to buy a home in the entire Twin Cities area, according to niche.com, and voted #1 best public schools in all of Ramsey County, according to niche.com.
Out of all the suburbs in Minnesota, it was voted 5th best to live in, and it was voted 6th best to raise a family in.
Yeah, like, those are pretty crazy numbers. Honestly, as we were doing it, as we were looking it up, we were like, really? Like, it's a nice spot. But to know that it won all of those things is honestly kind of crazy. But all right, so let's dig into what makes it a good spot. Shoreview is a densely populated suburb, not too dense, but plenty of people here. But obviously there's room for all this space, so it can't be all that too dense. But it has a population of around 27,000 people. It's not a huge space, right? You might notice there are other suburbs that have way more people than that. Bloomington, Lakeville, whatever, there's a ton of them. But it's dense enough to be considered a dense suburb, but it's not ridiculous. It's not over the top. 27,000 people. It's seen over 8% growth in the last 10 years. Pretty good, steady growth. And I don't know, why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's a very centrally located suburb. It's only 15 minutes to Minneapolis and 15 minutes to St. Paul, so it's kind of right, if you can imagine a triangle, it's right on the top of Twin Cities, and it's only a 30-minute drive to the airport. I mean, between all of the awesome outdoor spaces and again, just the great ratings on niche.com, it's a pretty hot spot to live in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think those conveniences as far as getting to the downtowns is huge, but then also you could never leave Shoreview and you have all the conveniences you'd ever really need, even with it being relatively small. Normally we talk about what are the boundaries. Shoreview has some real wacky boundaries, not even gonna bother with that, but basically there are several different cities that surround it. A lot of them are going to share the same schools. So just so you know, Shoreview is in Mounds View School District, which is generally a very good school district. I don't know if you watched my video on best affordable suburbs, but I mentioned Mounds View School District, and this is in it. And not all of these bordering cities are going to share the same school district, but a lot of them do. You'll probably recognize that as we do more of these videos up here. So those cities, there's like a lot of them, 7 of them, I think. Lexington, by the way, very small place. North Oaks, really nice suburb. We'll definitely do a video on that. Circle Pines and Vadnais Heights, and then
Little Canada, Roseville, and Arden Hills.
the borders are real wacky, and there's 7 bordering states. It's really, honestly, it's just like a very tall city or town or whatever. There's
Weird borders.
very strange
Very
borders.
weird. Anyway, back to schools. So the main school district that serves Shoreview is Mounds View, and niche.com voted that an A. But more specifically, the schools that serve Shoreview are given an A+.
For sure. So again, to reiterate, the public schools here in Shoreview are could technically even better than overall the Mounds View Public School District, A+. That being said, Mounds View High School gets an A+, and that serves all of Shoreview. Chippewa Middle School gets an A, and then there's basically 2 elementary schools, Island Lake and Turtle Lake, both of which get an A.
We'll talk a little bit about housing now. Shoreview has a pretty diverse housing stock. The single family range between 200K all the way up to 1.4 million. So huge range. And for condos range between 115K upwards of 500.
Yeah, and that's like basically, that's just stuff that's currently on the market. So it's not to say that something couldn't cost more than 1.4 million. That's like kind of a stunning number to know up here. But there are some really beautiful lots. I totally understand a lot of lakes. I can imagine a lake home here going for that expensive. The median list price of homes is right around $340,000. The median sale price right now is right around $330,000, which is really close to being right on average for the Twin Cities as a whole, which I think is right now, last I checked, was like 325. So pretty much right on the money. And I think given that it's sort of median home price is close to the median of the Twin Cities, and the schools are as good as they are, conveniences are as good as they are. Also, median household income is like $115,000, which I believe is higher than the median income of the Twin Cities. So really not bad. I think it explains a little bit of why this might have been voted, you know, one of the best suburbs in all of Minnesota to live. And we're excited to show you around a little bit more. All right, y'all, right now we are just in a neighborhood that we think sums up the sort of newer, nicer end of Shoreview pretty well. Take a look around a little bit. We're in a fancy little cul-de-sac, its own little island. Cool. Pretty cool. These houses are really nice. But anyways, we're talking pros and cons of living in Shoreview. What do you think?
Like I said before, a big pro would be that it's very centrally located. Like I said, it's only 15 minutes from either of the cities. And so it's close enough to the cities where if you need to travel there for work, it's not too far away. But it's also far enough out where you don't feel like you're close to the cities.
That's fair. I would say another pro, like we talked about already, schools are fantastic. A+ rated on niche.com. Definitely some of the better schools in the metropolitan area. I know I say that a lot, but we do videos for neighborhoods that have good schools, right? So this for sure is one of those neighborhoods. And then I would say, to sort of coincide with that, it's affordable. For how good the schools are, it's a relatively affordable neighborhood. To me, that's kind of a very desirable combination that a lot of people are looking for.
Right. On top of that, I would also add that there are a lot of great outdoor spaces, parks, lakes, and I think that might also add to the kind of feel when you walk around a neighborhood and see a lot of big yards. You know, even just driving through Shoreview, houses have big yards here, and it's pretty peaceful in that respect.
For sure. And so that brings me, I guess I would say, to the next pro. For me, it's relatively quiet, right? And like you said, big yards, it's kind of spread apart. It feels a little bit private, quiet, just like a kind of a chill lifestyle while still having all these conveniences. And also all of the conveniences, it has most of the major suburban conveniences: Target, Starbucks, Chipotle. I don't know. It's not going to have, you know, high-end shops like maybe Maple Grove
Or Woodbury.
Yeah,
I'd add that too.
right, for sure. But there are a lot of conveniences, a lot of the kind of standard suburban conveniences. But with that said, the first con for me is that there's nothing really special as far as like shops or restaurants or malls or whatever. Like, there kind of is none of that. Just generally a little bit cookie cutter.
Right, and I think you could argue that maybe the outdoor spaces are what make Shoreview special, but if you're looking in terms of, you know, where's the downtown spot to be at, where's the place to hang out in Shoreview, there really isn't one, I would say.
Yeah, we struggled to find like good spots to shoot. Like, don't get me wrong, great spot to live. This area, like, awesome spot for sure, great neighborhood. But as far as like anchors, places to go to be like, this is Shoreview, it was like, there's lakes and trails, and that's a lot of it. And then a neighborhood like this. And then it's just a little bit culturally bland here, which I think sort of lends itself to a classic sort of sleepy suburban lifestyle.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of reaching though. If I'm being totally honest, we're like reaching for cons. There's not a whole lot of negative things to say about this place. Can you think of anything else?
I would add maybe that some parts on the northern areas of Shoreview are kind of inaccessible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one major highway that goes through Shoreview, but kind of on the upper spots, it's a little bit more inaccessible, but even that's kind of a reach.
Yeah, it is kind of a reach. But yeah, 694 cuts through the bottom, you know, the southern edge. And then from there, you're kind of taking smaller roads, back roads, and that kind of thing.
Right.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, not a whole lot of bad stuff to say about it. So we're going to show you around a little bit. All right, friends, right now we are at the Grass Lake Nature Preserve, not regional park, nature preserve. Again, really beautiful walking path, really beautiful lake out there. It's like cranes and ducks. And I think if you're looking for a suburb with excellent schools, relatively affordable homes, most of the conveniences that you'd be looking for, this is a really good spot. Arguably one of the best in the Twin Cities metro. And hope this video has been helpful. If you've been watching these videos, you know that we have a section that we call the For Fans Of section, as in if you're a fan of Shoreview, you might be a fan of these other places, or vice versa. I guess first, other suburb that you might think people would be into if they're into Shoreview. What do you think?
I'm from Plymouth/Wayzata, and so I definitely see the similarities between Shoreview and Plymouth. I would also add Woodbury and Arden Hills to that list as well.
Yeah, I think Plymouth and Woodbury specifically because the schools are so good. Arden Hills because it's literally just right next door. Proximity, it's gonna vibe very, very similarly. And then for me, I'm gonna say North Oaks, number one. It's right next door. It's gonna feel very similar as far as like natural setting, but it's gonna be more of like the expensive, more high-end neighbor. Really beautiful homes there, definitely worth checking out. And then my other two are going to be Egan and Prior Lake.
Right, and I think those three areas are very similar in terms of schools, but also outdoor spaces. There's beautiful parks like this and lakes, and then also because they're all relatively affordable.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. So, okay, cool. We appreciate y'all watching this very, very much. Hope it's been helpful. As always, if you're thinking about moving here to the Twin Cities, do whatever you can to get a hold of us. You can call or text the number on the screen. You can email us at info@tothetwincities.com. You can check out our website, tothetwincities.com, or you can mail Alex a postcard and maybe he'll eventually check his mail.
Yeah, carrier pigeon works best for me.
Yeah, maybe that's fair. Anyways, as always, as you exit the video, do so safely. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified. Give the video a thumbs up.
Say what up in the comments.
Say what up in the comments. Appreciate you watching this. Check this out. How pretty is this? It's a great spot. We're excited to see you. Take it easy. Peace.